Vamia is a vocational college in Finland. They offer free studies to international students, so which literally means you do not have to pay any tuition fee and you do not need to have a degree in order to apply. All you require is a GCSE, an O level, or whatever it is called in your country, as long as you have gone through a secondary school or a high school, you are eligible to apply. This is the interface of a Google search page. So you just open that and you simply type Vamia. Then I always like to click on I'm feeling lucky, if you have noticed in my other videos, because it takes you directly to the page. So I'll click on I'm feeling lucky. We are on the official website of Vamia College, Study in English at Vamia. So this should be translated in English up here. So mine is already in English, but if yours is not in English, if it's in any of these languages, you can put it in English. Although in Finland, English isn't the official language, at Vamia, you can study in English. So this is a vocational qualification that will be in restaurant, catering services, cook, waiter, waitresses, so mechanical engineering and production technology. This video is based on a special request from one of my lovely viewers, so I hope you get to see this video and apply as soon as possible. So we'll go down to the business of today, which is how to apply. So you click on how to apply so we can check out the course and the application procedures. You can see we have compiled essential information for international applicants on this how to apply page. Now you can read this up because please carefully read through the information on this web page. Please note we do not disclose specific scoring models. We do not have the capacity to assist or guide in completing applications. Now the college is letting you know that they do not do any of this, so you cannot hold them accountable. Applications can only be submitted during the specified application period. The form will be accessible at the designated time. A direct link to the application form will be found at the end of this page when the application starts. So the link will be at the end of this page that we're on. Applications cannot be completed once the application period has closed. We offer instruction for international students in the English language. Available training programs for international students include cook, waiter, and the next start is January 2026. Machinist, the next start is August 2026. And the platter welder, next start August 2027. So bookmark these dates and which of these courses or programs that you are interested in so that you can apply during the application period when it is open. We do not charge tuition fees for our vocational qualifications. I'll highlight that. You can see that highlighted. So no tuition fees. We do not charge tuition fees for our vocational qualifications. However, please note that living and housing costs in Finland are quite high. Make sure you have sufficient financial resources for your studies. So they are letting you know ahead of time so that you could get prepared for your living and housing costs, because it doesn't cover it. It just covers your tuition fees. Now the application periods. Planned schedule for upcoming applications. We reserve the right to make changes, so they could make changes, but as of now that I'm recording this video, this is the information you will get to find on the website. 8 at 10 a.m. time in Finland, so you could check the time zone in comparison to Finland's time zone to see what that will be. So the 8th to 10th of April 2025, the cook and waiter/waitress will be open for vocational programs starting in January 2026. So this will be open during the application period, during this period that I have said, and then it will start in January 2026. Then they have another one that will be opened in November 2025. Another application is another section will be open in November. So you can also, if you couldn't meet this application deadline, then the November 2025, based on when you're going to be watching this video, then you could apply also for cook, waiter, waitress, and machinist. Then the vocational program starts in August 2026 if you apply on November 2025. So these are in the nearest future, but the one that is just right at hand now is this one, which is the cook, waiter, waitress, that will be open on the 8th to the 11th of April this month, 10 to 3 p.m. 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And as you know, this is a very competitive program, and immediately it opens, it's within hours it's completely full. So make sure that you bookmark and just sit by your computer to apply as soon as the portal opens. The application procedure. The application to the program in English is done through the studyinfo.fi website. The application form will be activated when the application period begins. A direct link to the application will be found at the end of this page when the application starts. Note: it is not possible to complete the application outside the application period. You can only apply to one of the programs in English. There is no application fee for all of you out there wanting to know. Is there an application fee? No application fee, no tuition. So you can see that highlighted, no application fee. Fill out the application form accurately. Upload all documents while the application period is on. It is recommended to use PDF files if the documents are scanned, so they should be in PDF files. Work or employment certificate is not mandatory, so you do not need to have any experience in this field, even though you are, depending on which you are applying for, if it's a waiter or waitress or a machinist, whatever, you do not need to have any employment certification. It's not mandatory. You do not need a motivational letter for the application. Isn't that amazing? Now, in this blue box here, attach the following documents to the applications: school certificate, work certificate if you are working, your Duolingo English test results, copy or photo of your passport or ID card. These are the 4 documents that are required. Now follow their instructions. Do not do otherwise. Do not include in the application. Do you see that? Do not include in the application bank information, health information, letters of recommendation. Now you will be rejected if you do what they ask you not to do. So if they're asking for just this full document, give it to them. All right? You'll be notified by an email from no reply at this study info when the application has been received. So immediately you submit your application, you'll get an email from them. The applicants who receive the highest scores based on their application, in addition to scoring, we also consider the diversity of the applicant group in the selection process. Will be invited to Teams interviews. Approximately 40 to 50 applicants is what they are looking at, and you'll be invited to an interview, and it's going to be via Zoom. We select 20 to 25 students per each vocational program. For instance, if it is waiter, it select 20 to 25 students. If it is waitress or cook, select 20 to 25 students per each vocational program. You can see how competitive it is. The admission results will be announced approximately 2 to 3 months after the application period is closed. All applicants will be informed whether they are selected or not. And he said this is another beautiful thing about this college. They will inform you whether you are successful or not. Most colleges will not inform you if you're not successful. An admission letter will be sent to the selected new students. The admission letter includes information about the health documents and how to apply for the resident permit. In order to study in Finland, you will be given a resident permit. So we go straight up. Entry requirements. What are the entry requirements for this? Now, general requirements in Finland: vocational education, Let's go. So what are the general requirements at Vamia? You have the necessary qualifications for studying in the field and completing a degree. You have an educational need. You are motivated to study. You are suitable for the task in the field. You have sufficient health requirements for the chosen field. You have adequate language proficiency for the field. Now, these are the general requirements at Vamia for them to know that you are a suitable candidate to study in their college. Specific requirements for English language vocational qualification programs. We accept applicants of all nationalities into our English language education qualification program. And if you do have a degree, you could also try this out, but do not submit your degree. You have to follow in detail what they require of you. You know, all they require is your GCSE or your O level. So number one, you have to be at least 18 years of age when studies start. There is no upper age limit. This is fantastic. So there is no cap. There is no age cap. So as long as you are 18 years, which I believe you are eligible to apply for this program. You have at least qualification equivalent to finish basic education of 9 years. You will need scan photo. So I think that has to do with your secondary school GCSE qualification. You will need scan or photo of your original certificates when you apply. Original certificates in English, Finnish or Swedish are accepted. Translated certificates in English, so if your certificates are not originally written in English, they could be translated in English, Finnish or Swedish, because Finnish and Swedish are like the main languages in Finland. They need to be verified by public notary. So let's move on. You have successfully completed the English language proficiency test, Duolingo English test. Let me just explain this to you, because I know when it comes to the test, a lot of people freak out. But you know, in most cases, 90% of the situation is that if you are traveling outside to study or work, you need to take an English test, especially if you're not from an English-speaking country. A lot of people are afraid of the IELTS test, but this isn't an IELTS test. The Duolingo test is usually more accessible and it is easier to pass, and it's online, strictly online, and in a few days your results comes out. So there's no fear, there's nothing to worry about. As long as you speak English, you can write in English, you can confidently take the Duolingo test with at least the minimum score required by the school. There is a minimum score by Vamia if you are going to be applying for these programs. You should have a valid passport or personal ID card which is attached to the application. You cannot complete your application after the application period has closed. English proficiency test. All applicants must have a valid Duolingo English test. I have said that previously. The test is valid for 2 years. Yes, the Duolingo test is valid for 2 years. So if you have taken it before now, you do not need it, and it's still under 2 years, you can use that. The test score is submitted to the application. Register for the Duolingo English language test on this link, via this link. All right, choose Vamia as your school. So you need to enter a school when you're taking the test. You choose Vamia as your school. Save the language test certificate file and attach it to the application after having taken the test. You will make sure you bookmark this page because it will be of paramount importance to you during the application process. English language test is part of our scoring system and therefore it cannot be waived. You can see it is boldened. It cannot be waived. Take note of that. We do not accept any other language tests, diplomas, or qualifications as proof of language skill. Due to the high volume of emails regarding this matter, we are unable to respond to inquiries related to this. This is the beautiful aspect of this. I thought I should bring that to you. Beginning of studies approximately 2 months before the studies begin. The new students will receive an email about the start of the studies. You'll be getting an email to tell you when your studies begin. Arrive to Finland well in time before the studies begin. The first week will include orientation, studies, and practical information about the school. The school will provide the new students with appropriate uniform for kitchen and restaurant work/mechanical work. So you'll be getting a free uniform. For students in restaurant and catering services, the following test is obligatory and will be taken. The link to the application form. So cook or waiter, waitress, which is the 8 to 11 April 2025, you can apply here. Application begins April 8, 2025 at 10 a.m. UTC +3, that's Finnish time zone. Application ends April 11, 2025 at 3 Finnish time zone. Studies will begin in January 7, 2026. Studies will end December 22, 2028. So it is a 2 years program. Now, place of study 20. So when April 8 here will be active for you to click on and apply. So that's how you can navigate during the application. This brings me to the end of today's presentation. If you have found any value in this video, kindly watch the next video that will be displayed on your screen, which is a fully funded scholarship in Australia by the Australian government. So this scholarship will cover everything entirely that you need to study, from your flight ticket and your stipend, tuition, every other thing that you require in order to study successfully in Australia. Make sure that you share this video with someone who would also like to study in Australia for free. If you're not yet a member of this channel, what are you waiting for? Kindly subscribe by hitting on that notification bell so that you will always be the first person to get notified whenever I share a new video. And if you're not following me on Telegram, kindly subscribe to my Telegram channel where I get to share opportunities that do not make it to the YouTube channel. If you're not following me on my social media handle, kindly follow me on Instagram where I bring you fully funded opportunities, and also on TikTok where I share fully funded opportunities that I do not bring to you on this YouTube platform. If you will be applying for this vocational scholarship, make sure that you let me know if you are being selected, because I would like to hear testimonies, because this is what this channel is all about. I wish you good success as you apply. Until next time, think big, think success.